Let's touch on what real estate's going to look like in the very near future. In fact, you're already seeing glimpses of it through Zillow Flex and some other companies out there. But today I want to talk about Rocket Mortgage specifically, now that they acquired Redfin officially and they're about to close on Mr. Cooper. I want to show you or talk to you about the cycle that they're going to implement. And if you need the presentation that they used for their investors, this is brand new, came out in May 2025. It's their investor presentation, and they literally outline their whole plan on how this is all going to work in the real estate world directly to the consumer. I'm Tristan. Welcome to your daily real estate, my real estate friends. Let's talk about this because I need you to adapt and I need you to show up with a lot more value. But first, you need to understand the challenges that we're going to have over the next few years. So you've seen what Zillow Flex has done, or Zillow in general, where not only are they charging for leads coming through, and just to be straight up with you, Zillow is amazing. All right, they're just a great company. They have talented people there. It's just a company, and they have been encroaching on our world because there's an opportunity for them. Right, they're making money off of this, and you have agents that are buying into this so that they can grow as well. So I want you to understand that Redfin now being acquired by Rocket and being attached to Mr. Cooper, they're creating something similar, if not something directly in competition with what Zillow has built, just to take a bigger chunk of the possible revenue that real estate offers. Okay, so I'm not going to be sharing anything on screen with you on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, but I will be talking about it. And the thing that comes to mind, I'm just going to be reading off of this. Remember, if you need this investor pitch deck or investor presentation, let me know. I'll send it over to you. They see this as a massive opportunity. They think homeownership is large and it's fragmented. So you have to understand, they think that there are many opportunities here because the right hand doesn't talk to the left hand. They know that the total addressable homeownership market is about $5 trillion. And the mortgage origination market is $2 trillion. And off of that, saying, hey, look, this is the biggest opportunity we see because over the years, we've seen retail be interrupted by companies coming in and growing it. Digital commerce marketing has totally been dominated by Amazon. Tax preparation has been now infiltrated and redone and still being redone by Intuit. And you have the online travel world now, which interrupted all of the old world travel agents. Really the only disruption left, according to what they're talking about, is homeownership. In fact, they say this word for word: homeownership is one of the last frontiers ripe for technology-driven disruption. We see significant growth potential and are positioned to help lead the industry's next evolution. Can they do it? You better believe they can do it, especially with AI in place, right? They see it as there's a problem, and this is where you come in, agent, right? I'm talking to you. They see it as a big problem on the nurturing side. They don't think that we as agents do a very good job, or brokerages, in recapturing all of these people who just finished doing a transaction with us. We drop the ball every time, consistently over a long period of time. And you know what? They're right. They're definitely right. They're seeing it as an opportunity. Not only are they capturing people now through Redfin, right? People that want to buy, people that want to sell, people that want to rent. They're going to capture them through there and also help them get the loan, service the loan through Mr. Cooper, and then through the consistent retargeting and showing them properties, making sure that their property is up to date with whatever they need to, right? Remember, I've been pushing you directory, build a directory, be local. Well, they're going to have all of this technology that keeps the seller and possible buyer all in one place so that they're recaptured through AI powered retargeting and AI powered value. And you have to start thinking, how do we push through all of this? Because if you take a look at their pitch to investors is, listen, the total cost of the transaction in, let's just say purchasing a home buying is about $40,000 on average. And it's about the home search, it's about title and closing, right? Which, by the way, Redfin owns a title company. So now that's brought into the whole Rocket world, right? So now they have two title companies. But you've got the home search process, title and closing, you've got financing, you've got buying, and you've got selling, because eventually when you buy, you're probably going to end up selling as well to upgrade. And in this whole process, when you include the title, financing, buying, and selling, it's $40,000 on average. They're saying we can cut that in half, right? It's going to be now $20,000. And so now you see, because they have the eyeballs, here's the key, because they have the eyeballs, they're going to be able to do more of this than you think. And this is why they bought the Redfin app or the Redfin website. And you have to start thinking, how can I position myself over a very long period of time consistently so that I can capture these people that would typically go now to Redfin, Rocket, Mr. Cooper, because Mr. Cooper is servicing, I don't remember if it was 1 out of every 5 or 1 out of every 10 loans. So don't quote me on that. I have to search it up. But as you're looking at this saying, well, what are the opportunities? Number one, please, we talked about this week, I think, is creating some type of a directory, creating some type of an approach to making sure that you're the one giving the value to the homeowner. Because when they buy a home, the number one challenge people have is, well, this broke, that broke, I need this person for this, oh, I need to upgrade, I need to paint. The exchange of emails that happens in my community just off of things breaking and people needing to repair something is crazy. And you need to be the person that is the front of that. You need to be the face. And on top of that, that's just on a local level. Those people that you're trying to attract, when we look and pair the most visited websites in the world, Google, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and ChatGPT, how are you showing up there? Pick your weapon. Pick your weapon of choice where you're going to show up consistently, because now not only do you have Zillow where everybody goes and searches for homes, that's where they go towards the end. Oh, I'm ready to buy a home. Let's go to Zillow. I wonder what my home is worth. Oh, let's go to Zillow. How do we replace that? Because the next piece is, well, I already have my home being serviced, my home loan serviced by Mr. Cooper, which is Rocket. I'm thinking of refinancing. They'll go to Rocket. I'm thinking of selling Rocket. Oh, I'm going to go search for homes because they have such an amazing app, which they do. Redfin has a great app. How do we stand out? Because not only is it on presence, it's also on the amount of money they're going to be saving. And we've had this challenge before where Redfin gives back to the consumer, right? So this is nothing new. I just need you to have your value outlined and also decide where you're going to show up and how you're going to show up. Because that's the question. How can you show up consistently, providing value over a long period of time where your consumer is, both your database and the people that you're trying to attract to do business with? And so I don't know what the answer is for you, but I can tell you for me, it's going to be, and it continues to be, social media. Long form video, YouTube. Short form, TikTok, Instagram, some LinkedIn, written as well, and blogs. And all of that is being pulled by ChatGPT, which allows me to show up better. So when people search, hey, I wonder who this Tristan guy is. Or I'm searching for home in your particular area. They're not necessarily just going to Google, they're going to ChatGPT. Because even though Redfin, Rocket, Redfin, ICE Mortgage has nothing to do with ICE, by the way, different. They've got a whole circle as well. So you got Rocket, you got ICE Mortgage, you've got Zillow, and probably homes.com is coming down the line too. They're trying to figure something out. Realtor.com possibly, right? You already saw USA Today just come up with their own home search on their news site to attract more people into this world to search for homes. If that goes well, they'll probably create something very similar to how Dave Ramsey did it, which is if you own the audience, you can dictate where that audience goes to, and then agents will pay to belong to that audience. So it's your choice. Are you going to be that agent that has to partner with all of these different companies to survive and thrive at a discounted rate for yourself? Because that company you partnered with is now discounting it, so you have no choice? Or are you going to be over here on this side where you're running a full-fledged company driven on pure value and showing up consistently in front of people's eyes and being that actual resource for them, what they need, when they need, how they need it, so that they have no second thoughts. And there's room for everybody, right? Or else Apple wouldn't sell so much with their overpriced products, which I own. And then all of the luxury products wouldn't exist. And think of how these luxury products are being sold too. They're being sold to average consumers that put everything on a credit card. That value is also status. How do I feel when I work with Tristan? How does it make me feel that I'm working with Joe or Joanne? It's a combination of feelings, right? They have to have confidence in you, but also feeling like, man, I made it. I'm working with this person. This is a very complicated topic, but it starts with something very simple. How are you going to show up more in the places that your client, your clients, and your database is already on? So think about that. You let me know if you need this. It's 38 pages, and it's a lot of it is really good, but it gives you a really clear indication as to where this world is headed, so you can prepare better. Hopefully that helps. And by the way, I did launch a newsletter. If you go to the top of the description, if you're on the podcast or the YouTube channel, it'll have a link there. Go ahead and click it, join. We are sending out one email a week. It's on Friday afternoons, I think. We found a day, Friday afternoon. And it's me just going through what I think you need to focus on based on everything that we're talking about here and that I'm talking about to brokerages, to my teams, to other companies. It's just my insight and how you can pivot and grow and prospect. Have an awesome day, everybody.